Welcome to Stormwater Drainage Solutions. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a real true DIY French drain. Now, this is a French drain that you could do and build at your home. But before we get into that, let me talk about the situation that we have going on in this job site. You saw that grate that we just pulled out of the ground? That is a 6x6 grate that is for a 6x6 basin. Now, this basin is connected in line to an existing PVC Schedule 20 downspout drainage system. The downspout drains were not working properly, and this is the reason why they were not working properly. Whoever installed this PVC system, they did not put a riser pipe on that 6x6 basin, so they did not bring it to grade. And because they did not do that, what ultimately ended up happening was the dirt buried in to the basin, and that created a clog. So what we're going to go ahead and do for this client is we're going to dig that basin out and we're going to flush the Schedule 20 PVC line out. That way the downspout lines can then work again. And we're also going to put a riser pipe on this 6x6 basin to bring it to grade. That way it does not get lost in the future, and this will be another access point and service point for this downspout system. So you can see here we used a piece of 6-inch SDR 35 for our riser. Now obviously we cut it a little tall, but we will cut that down shorter to grade once we are finished with the French drain. We want it taller for right now because we don't want more dirt and stone and things like that getting into that we'll just have to clean out. So it's a lot easier just to leave that stubbed up higher so nothing gets in there. As you can see there's our Schedule 20 PVC main for our downspouts, the existing one. So we have to put our line underneath that line. There's also an old ADS corrugated pipe here, but we're not sure where that goes, so we're going to leave it alone. The French drain itself, you want to make sure that you skim the bottom of that trench so that it is nice and flat. You want a flat bottom trench. Then you're going to use a level. You're going to put a level down there, and you're going to make sure that you have a quarter bubble of fall going in the opposite direction of the way you want the water to travel. This is very important when it comes to a French drain. If your French drain trench is not sloped in the correct direction, that water is going to want to sit at the bottom of the trench. Now you can see this French drain, we put all the dirt to the side up against the house. So you have two options when it comes to the dirt that comes out of your French drain. You either have to use that dirt on site or you have to haul that dirt away. Now, this particular client did not want to pay the extra money to have us haul it away, so we decided we could just go ahead and use it on site. Our plan with that dirt is to put it on the side, and we're going to grade it out and raise the ground a little bit on that side and slope it towards the French drain. Now the dirt here on the tarps, that dirt will be going back in the trench because that is going to be a solid pipe. So our French drain is going to end at a certain point, and then it is going to switch to solid pipe because we've collected the water with our perforated pipe. Now we want to discharge it. So with any good French drain, you need a good non-woven geotextile filter fabric. This filter fabric is going to act as the soil separator. This is what's going to keep the soil from slowly mixing back in with your stone and clogging all the voids in the stone and ultimately clogging the perforations in your French drain pipe. So the geotextile fabric is very important for this. This is what creates longevity with your French drain. So right now the men are putting in the solid pipe. As you can see here, we're using a heavy duty, strong corrugated pipe. We're able to snake this underneath those two existing drain lines, that Schedule 20 PVC pipe and that ADS 4-inch corrugated pipe, and the fiber optic line that feeds the internet to the home. So whenever you're DIYing a French drain, you need to know where the utilities are. Make sure you call 811 and have them come out and mark the utilities. They will mark public utilities, so you will know where those are at. But any private utilities that you may have on your home, such as a gas line that's in the back of the house that's not being fed from the street, but it's being fed from an underground propane tank, certain sprinkler mains and sprinkler lines, water lines. There's certain utilities that aren't considered public. Those 811 will not mark, so you need to know where those are and you need to dig careful. Now, if you're a DIYer, more than likely you're going to be going to a big box store and you're going to be picking up stone that comes by the bag. So there's nothing wrong with using stone by the bag. It honestly, it is a little bit easier to tote around and put in the trench. It is going to be a little bit more expensive though, getting it by the bag compared to getting it in bulk and just delivered and dropped off to the house. So keep that in mind. Now, don't be worried. If the stone is not 100% clean, that's not a big deal. I can promise you, on the first couple of heavy rains, when the water is flowing through that French drain and the entire ground is saturated and that thing is taking in water, you will see the water coming out of the discharge end, milky. Whatever color that stone was and the dust is in that stone, you're going to see all of that dust coming out of the discharge end. So do not worry if the stone is not 100% clean. Now, what you do want to stay away from as a DIYer is do not use crushed concrete. Stay away from that. Some guys will put crushed concrete as the aggregate instead of using stone. The problem with using crushed concrete is that it still has cement mixed in with it. So that will actually harden when it gets wet with water. So that will not flow out of your discharge end. Instead, it will harden around the pipe and it will harden up in the actual French drain. So you do not want to use any kind of crushed recycled concrete. Now, as you can see here, the men are stitching up our French drain trench. We like to use a hog ring stapler for this. We stitch the fabric up on top with very minimal overlap because you do not want to double up your fabric. If you do this, the water is going to have a harder time penetrating through it and getting down into your French drain. All right, guys, well, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It really supports us. It supports the channel. It helps out what we do. If you need drainage in the Tampa Bay area, whether it's French drains, downspout drains, channel drains, give Stormwater Drainage Solutions a call at 813-614-3456. We got you covered. And until next time, this is Stormwater Drainage Solutions signing off.